That's Circle of Two defeating Outbreak, and Outbreak leaving the tournament. I don't think they've ever left the tournament this early. That's quite disappointing. Someone's going to get fired. So Circle of Two are not the only people who are winning. Everyone at home can win something as well. We do have a 60-day time code. If you can name the 5 types of containers that scatter out when you crack a data or relic site, send it to CCP a turn, or go to the Alliance Tournament forums for more information, and you can get 60 days worth of game time.
They can go to eveonline.com/ATXI/contests.
Great. They can also go there.
Link right away. And you'll get the links even faster out here if you go there. Just keep refreshing.
Do you have another really good website for us? Another really good link? Just throw one out there.
Forums.eveonline.com.
Great.
You can go and check out the Alliance Tournament discussion forum just to talk about whatever you want.
And you can get a 30-day trial there. If you get 2 of them, it's practically 60 days free. Kind of.
With one more, it's 90 days free.
Yeah, exactly. You can get as many days free as you want. All right, back to the match. So that was the Battleship Tinker setup, correct?
That was a Battleship Tinker setup.
Yes, yes. All right.
How did it do?
The team we picked to win, both of us lost apparently.
That's right.
You know what? I'm happy Circle 2-1. Initially I was like, I'm going to get this one wrong again. But you know what? It looked a little bit close there. There was a bit of target calling, right?
Yes.
I think mistakes were made on Outbreak's part, definitely on the target calling. They should have called that Armageddon off the bat and not gone for that Vexor, who was able to get out of range very fast and essentially burn out and survive. The cap pressure, they didn't quite anticipate probably to be as bad as it was, but they broke the cap link and that Tengu died, and that was it.
And let's get the stats up while we talk about this, right?
Yeah, I think we actually have just a highlight here of the Tengu logistics pilot versus the Geddon, just to sort of highlight the really key players in this match.
Yeah, and this was the Oneris pilot that I remember, kind of being very late on the reps in the match they lost, and so I was a little skeptical of seeing him come back, whether or not they bring him back, and I don't think this time was his fault. This came down to just, like you said, the cap pressure. They'd banned out Bailgorns, I believe, not wanting to see a Bailgorn to break their Tinker, and instead they wound up with a Geddon, probably some newts on the Arbitrators, and it was just a little much for them. They couldn't handle it.
And you can see here for Circle of Two, Sebastian St. Frusquin is a dedicated Geddon pilot. Apparently that is like his deal. That is all he is doing. And his performance in this match just, I think, won the match for Circle 2.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, one Geddon shouldn't be enough cap pressure to break that Tinker. But maybe that Geddon pilot was just good enough, better than most, and managed to micromanage and spread his newts around enough to break the link.
And there was also the fact, like, just applying pressure like that, the pressure and the scariness of the Geddon, just knowing what it can do, it potentially makes you slip up as that Tengu pilot. Just knowing that if you make a mistake, like, the pressure is on. So.
Well, you always feel that way in a Tinker logistic ship, but okay.
Well, the one thing to also mention, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Shadu, but with newting out a Tinker, you don't just newt the logistics ship because it's getting fed so much cap that it doesn't really matter. You need to newt it and the other ships that are feeding it to try to just somewhere break the chain down somehow.
Absolutely, you're completely correct. In fact, you newt everything but the Tinker Tengu in that setup. Mainly because when that ASP runs out of charges, which it would have had charges, but it ran out of them, at that point in time, the Tengu is going to use incredible amounts of cap. And if you can put enough pressure for the ships that are feeding it, it's either going to hang in there or not, as we saw.
Right. And people were really focusing on the Geddon for the cap pressure. There was also a lot of hidden aggregated cap pressure, heavy newts on the Macarials, arbitrator newts as well. So just spread all around.
All right, well, let's look at the next match. Let's venture into Perihelion versus classic CVA Alliance. They have been around for a long time, 9 years. All right, so Perihelion lost to Wormhole Holders, and I think there's an issue with the stats again because it looks like they beat Perihelion Alliance, which is a little bit silly. That's an easy way to get through to the Alliance tournament. Beat yourself, move on to the next stage. CVA. Also listed as CVA, both places. I think we need to just fix those graphics up quickly. But we do have all the members here of the teams. Anything that stands out here?
Perihelion bringing 6 pilots. I think they had an issue with the deadline, the cutoff for bringing pilots in the new rule this year. Caught them kind of unprepared, and here they go. They have 6 people that they can bring into the tournament matches here, and that really puts them at a disadvantage in a 12-man format.
It really does put you a bit of a disadvantage. I think they have a few more people, but let's see here. So what are our bets here for winning? Dolan?
I'm going to have to go with the old Curatores Veritatis Alliance, CVA.
All right.
I think despite the fact that CVA has underperformed a lot in past tournaments, in this matchup they're going to do pretty well.
I think Amar are making a comeback with the latest round of buffs, so I think CVA definitely.
I think CVA is going to win as well, but let's find out.